Hey, it's Kellen from Wizard Tricks, and I am back at LAX. I am going to Florida for a little bit of business. Sorry if it's loud, but I am in an airport, so I'll do my best. I got my mic, so hopefully that'll help some. But I wanted to go over classes and why I pick a particular class and the number of stars that I pick for that class. You can pick 1, 3, or 5. And I typically pick 5, mostly because it's my playing style. I prefer to pick 5 because I can't always complete classes and attend to my phone as often as like 1 or 2 or 3 hours throughout the day. So having a larger time frame for the class personally helps me. It's just, again, like my playing style. But that being said, I went into some details on the classes and why you would want to pick class 5 statistically in terms of leveling up and the rewards you get for completing a class. It actually makes more sense to do a 5 level class, and I'm going to kind of actually start one because my energy is full. I'm going to do care for magical creatures because I want the rewards from this particular class. The attributes, again, correspond with the class you take. So care for magical creatures gives you courage points, and that's really what I want. The other one that gives you courage points is flying class. Empathy is from charms as well as herbology. And then knowledge is transfigurations and potions with Snape. So those are your classes. If you're up to year 4, then those are the classes that you can currently take and the attribute points you want. And right now I'm kind of grinding on courage, so that's why I care for magical creatures. And I'm just going to go ahead and start the class. So like I said, you can pick from 1 hour, 3 hours, and 8-hour classes, and the stars are different on those classes. So there's 3 or 8. Again, I pick 8 because I can't get on my phone every hour and check the class to make sure I complete it. I picked the first one, but I pick 5. I usually pick 5, which, I mean, this is fine because I'm about to board a flight, so I'll be able to complete this class in an hour. And that's the other thing. If you know you can get on and you can do a quick class, then doing 1 is fine. But the stats, you don't get as much reward for completing that class as you would there's a little chart that I have, and I'm going to pull that up and take a look at it right now after I go ahead and answer this question. So let me show you. For the 2-star class that takes 1 hour, you need 12 energy to complete the first star and 11 energy to complete the second star, and you get 2 house points, and that's not that great. So for the 3-hour class that takes 3 stars and you only need 1 star to complete it, it takes 16 for the first star, 14 for the second, 14 for the third. The stats gained for each star completed, the first one's 5, the second one is 5, and the third one is 4. And you only get 4 house points. For the 8-hour class of 5 stars, and you need 1 star to pass, you get a total of 10 house points. So you get twice as much as you get for 3. And the energy needed per star is 16, 16, 17, 17, and for that you get 10 plus per star. So overall, you're getting a lot more for your efforts. I mean, instead of for instance, the first star in comparison to 3-hour to the 8-hour class is 16 to complete the first star on both of those, but for one you get 10 plus of a stat bonus versus 5. So you're getting a lot more stat increase for the number of energy you have to spend. So it's more efficient to do the 8-hour classes, the 5-star classes that take 1 star to pass. And if you don't complete all 5 stars, that's fine. You can just complete the first couple. You only need 1 star to pass. So overall, it's a lot more efficient if you do the 8-hour class. You're getting a lot more stats or stat bonuses for your effort and more house points as well, which at the end of the game contributes to your number of gems that you're going to get at the end. I've never had a trouble with having the most house points for my house, but I suppose if you're like really bad at the game, and you could really mess it up and not be first in your house, but I think that's pretty hard because they always give you a bunch of house points, like Dumbledore or whoever gives you extra house points at the end, just to make sure you're pushed over the edge. So that part I don't think matters as much, but overall, you're getting a much better reward for completing a 8-hour class that takes 5 stars. It's just better efficiency for your energy, where it takes more time. If you can check in a few times throughout the 8-hour period, you're going to have no problem completing that class, and you're going to be rewarded just so much more. See, this is a 1-star, 1-hour class. I'm going to complete it, and you'll be able to see. So it's 12 energy for the first star, 11 energy for the second. So I was able to complete it really quickly because my energy was full. But I mean, you could do 1-hour classes like before you went to bed, I guess. That way, if you have a full bar of energy and you can't complete an 8-hour class, like you could do a 1 hour. But I mean, I would just, if you have enough energy, I'd rather just put 60 energy to 1 star of an 8-hour class. But that's just me. Anyways, that is why I personally pick 5-star classes that take 8 hours to complete, or up to 8 hours. It doesn't have to take you 8 hours. It's just how much time Hogwarts gives you to complete that class, which is a lot of time. I usually finish the classes within 3 hours. I let my energy bar fill up a couple times, and at that point, I'm done. I've completed the class, so it's really easy. I can usually do three, usually at least three of the 5-star classes per day. So especially when I'm doing the events where that you have to complete a number of stars before the end of the event, I always finish with a couple days because I'm able to get 15 stars at least per day. So it makes it really easy and simple, for me at least. And again, like I said, I can't always check my phone throughout the day, so it's easy to just check in a couple times and complete the class within that 8-hour period. And if I forget for a couple hours, I'm not penalized. I just go back and I finish the class before it ends, and I have plenty of time before it finishes, so it's never a problem. So you have tons of time for the 8-hour class. Anyways, like I said, I am heading to Florida, so I'm gonna show you some of my trip. I probably won't show you too much of Florida. I'm gonna probably wrap this video up once I get to the hotel. But I have because I'm gonna crash pretty hard. We have a red eye. I'm flying. It's 10:30 is my flight, and I have a pretty fair size layover in Atlanta. So I'm going from LAX to Atlanta, then from Atlanta to Florida. All right, landed here in Atlanta, and now heading to my next terminal. Just got some breakfast, feeling good this morning, and about to get on my flight to Florida. And Atlanta is hopping this morning. This is a busy airport, so looking forward to my flight and getting to my hotel. All right, just landed in Sarasota, Florida. Time to get to the hotel, check in, get a little bit of rest, and get the next video uploaded for you guys.